going to look at this, but don't worry, it's not going to be this all the while. We'll go to this. This is what we're looking at, the T-14 Armata. Now, I would say the Armata has been mischaracterized. When this is, I think it's a common set of standards and as much, yeah, a common set of parts across different platforms. So, this is what you're going to get. There you go, different aspects. So we're going to look at the turrets, compare the difference in the turrets between the vehicles shown in 2018 Army Expo and the 2019 Army Expo. Compare the turrets also, and then, as you can see here, you will see the inside of this beast. Now then, I'll go over some other features. So yeah, interesting bit of trivia about this. It appeared in the 2015 May Day Parade. No, Victory Day Parade. May 9. But it hasn't appeared since. I wonder if it will appear next year. 75th anniversary, end of World War II. Because this year there wasn't much. It was like, the new thing was a luxury car. Right. Let's compare these. Some more information on the new version. There you go. Oh, should I zoom in a bit? Just quickly go, and I'll show you what's changed on the new turret. It might actually be new to a lot of people, but it's not really been covered that much. And there. So this, I've been looking for information on this because there's quite a few variances on this, because Ural Vagonzavod want to they've got the BMMP in the works as well. Now it's very similar to the one on, is it called the Derivetsia, that has laser guided anti-aircraft projectiles. So as you can see, this has got a very high elevation. I don't know whether it needs extra equipment to be useful as an anti-air system in order to guide the laser guided projectile. I don't know if that's already there, because I don't know what the mechanism is for the attacker. Probably radio command guided, I'm not sure. So, I mean, that would cost quite a bit extra. But yeah, I think the Derivetsia is for the VDV, the airborne troops. Right, so yeah. Here we go. So that's the best one I could get from the front. I know it's a little bit fuzzy. Interestingly enough, there's that missile. The aeroballistic missile is also called the Kinzel. I'll just say about these hatches. This will be important for later on. Driver, commander, gunner behind the commander. This plate, this is part of the active protection system. I think this is as well. It might have something to do with infrared. This. Not sure what that is. Infrared, but without a thermal imager. I'm not sure. Let us on a postcard or in a comment. So, as you can see there, pretty self-explanatory what I've written down there. It might be a bit small for someone on a mobile device though. Two 9M120 Taki missiles are used as used on the Terminator. Yeah, they are quicker. Definitely quicker. The man-portable Cornets, about half the weight of the attackers. And the attackers themselves are not even as good as the Vickers on the Kamoth. And the Mi-28NM now has a new missile that was blurred out on Zvezda's Verenia Priemka military acceptance series. Yeah, let's not put that. So, some recognition features between the two turrets, although you probably won't see this 2018 version again. So here you can see it's quite a bit higher. James noticed that about the height, but you got this cut-off corner on this one. High and round the base. Yeah, hardened. I'm assuming it's a thermal viewer for the commander up here. You know, they don't have to fire as long an engagement range, I suppose, with the 57mm, but I'm assuming it's a commander's independent thermal viewer and gunner's sight. See these delicate optics here. Right. This is part of the soft kill action protection system here, and this is the hard kill active protection system. Not quite sure what these boxes are. Right. I said that twice. There's your famously smooth Russian welding there. You should see the back of the Armata. T-14 where they put the air conditioning unit on. Right then. Again, the back. This slope, more than this one, in my opinion. It's not quite round as much, but I would say so. There's things with right angles, even with the back part, is it's like a cushion shot. If you have a radar wave comes in and it sort of goes like this, ping, 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 and it comes back. This is why radar reflectors have a lot of right angles in them. And if you look at some aircraft with a massive radar cross section, such as the F-15 or the Tornado, they've got a lot of right angles in them. Right. Again, some new stuff. There you go. Again, easy for transportation, makes it a bit narrow when you lift these light flaps up. Engine intake and the exhaust on the other side. Right, to it again. Yeah, it's sort of ERA, heady skirts. Bit more from the back, a little bit different. I've not quite got the right angles to show that. I was going through many different things. I didn't want to show too much of that. So the Epoch turret as fitted to the Boomerang, and I can't think what else. This is a little bit deceptive when you see it. You think what's going on there, but it is. That's a 7 coax. Alright, 7 odd, what is it? 7.76, I'm not quite sure. 4 Cornets. Yeah. Inside it. Right. Yes. I've read that the 57mm has about 150 rounds. I read that in Syria, the Russians found out that the 30mm wasn't very good against when the enemy was in buildings, and they had to bring MBTs in to act as artillery to hit the. So it's like that's why they've sort of gone to the 57mm, and so then you got to start thinking about, well, they had the 100mm on the BMP3 and on the BMD 4M, they still have it with a coaxial 30mm. Are they so? That 100mm, is that not enough for high explosive round? Yes, it had 8 Bastion missiles in it as well, 8 or 6. So I'm wondering the choice though, because the 100mm only had 40 shells in it, and the 57 hours, about 150 odd. And this, you can see the difference here. But the 30, it's about getting that sweet spot. Also, a 57mm will mess up a Bradley from the front, and even an Abrams from the side. Right. Try and go in a little bit closer on there. I'll just, if you want to get in really close, and I can move this. down a bit. It's not a very sharp image, right? So when it had the epoch turret, right then. So does it have those things? Does it? What have we got here? Right, object 148. All these, yeah. Well, that's changed now. Fixed. That's not true, because that actual particular one there, that's trainable, and that's part of the soft kill part of the active protection. So the making the clouds around it, that interfere with the guidance. So that's not right. Afghan APS active protection system. Yes. Passive armor. Right. Yes. Right. Fixed. Yeah, we've gone over that. 2A42, not relevant later on. Didn't think it was powerful enough. You can read that. I don't need to read that out. Right. But again, if you look it up, they didn't think it was good enough in Syria, in urban fighting. They want something that can really go through walls. Right. Also, this body orientation with the laser beam. Right. Laser beam. Right. You have to see what the attacker's laser beam as well. Because, like I said, that plays into whether it be the shells. Right. So it appeared at the Army Expo. So I'm thinking that they will produce it. But what do they keep showing at the Mayday Parade ever since 2015? The Kurganets. This is the cheaper, not quite as good version, not even as good as a Bradley. Yeah, I tried to lighten some of these images. I had very strong shading on it. Because if you're going to have the same turret as the Kurganets, the only real distinguishing feature is that it carries a few more. Right then. I'll go through some of these. Some of it's noteworthy. Yes, fixed. Meteorological sensor. Gunner's sight. Yeah. Gunner commander. Right, 5-6 there. So the gunner behind the commander. That's important when I show you the places later on. Explosive reactive armor. So 7.62. Trainable. Yeah, trainable APS launcher. There. I'm going to shed that thing. Right, any particular bits that need fixed APS launchers, driver, EOIR APS receiver. Anti-protectors at 15. Right, is that? Yes, that thing. That thing that's, yes, that those slits on the front. Right, 15. That, I'll show you. That thing. There, that. Right. There's another one. There. There it is. Right. Right, anything else on here? Arrowhead armor. That's just got that gap in it. It's nothing really special. That it's just this. Put a bit of extra on there. Right. Alright, did I we'll go on to that next. No, exhaust at front, right. Because the engine's mounted at the front. Yeah, this is ERA rocks. As you know, because you're going to hit by the side, you're usually going to be hit by something with a heat warhead. Right, fixed APS driver, APS radar. Yeah, we know where they are. Angled power pack, arrowhead, headlights, drive wheel, exhaust, additional armor package. So what was that number 3? EOIR APS receiver. Right. 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 So this is from Verenia Priemka. There you go. It's up there. Now it's on RT. I've been doing some English versions where it's called Combat Approved. And this is Armata Terra Incognita Verenia Priemka. And that was where they had the Armata in it, and well, T-14, the T-15, and the T-16, the Bram. So yeah, oh look, I got them the wrong way round. I should have shown that one first, then the other one. That's the reveal. Machine gun port, bar armor, auto translate can get, yes, amusingly inaccurate. And then the Russians have caught up. They got what the Americans have had for a while, the telephone. Right, now you get to see the inside. Right, I'll take off. There's a little bit of a difference with the T-14, and I should have put it next to each other, and that is the control columns they don't fold back because they don't need to when you're egressing from it. This is probably like what is it called, the aramid cover, the spool liner, that white. That I'll show a bit more later. It's so on the T-14, that one stays, but they fold so they can get up and out. But you don't need that in this one. So you may have seen that. Yeah. So you got the driver's panel on the control stick. Right. This is commanders in the front. I also recognize this thing. The commander's position has on the T-14. Now this is simpler, than on the T-14. On the T-14, because there's less room, that folds underneath so they can get out, because otherwise it's in the middle of their lap. It's in the way. Right then. Again, that's the spool liner. Any kind of fragments that come off, it captures it. Helps too. Vision ports, periscope. I don't know how much that impedes the protection. Has to be pretty solid. It's a tank, but it's solid. Right, again, more of the spool liner. And because you just see that in front there, in the next one there. So then this is the gunner. The gunner only needs to see one screen and then aim stuff. Right, there we go. How many can it take? 1, 2, 3, 4, and then someone lying in the middle. I reckon. I wonder what this area is. And I wonder, what's in there? Just various bits and bobs. That's right. So again, here we go. Well, we know it can take 4 because they take these berths up. It could get someone down the middle. There we go. So we know it takes at least 8. I don't know how many the Kurganets takes. Probably a bit fewer. Right then. Zvezda. Russian for star. Right. That's the channel. Yes. It's the Russian military channel. Yes, there's no need to have really plush seats. Gunner, commander, driver. Right. That's a little bit more. Yeah, I mean, I watched quite a few of these. The auto translate is not good, especially when there's noise in the background. You can just about make out what's going on. You did get some useful information. Now this guy, you just think this is like an annoying little, but he's actually the brains behind the whole show. Alexei Egorov. It's very, if you know Kersey temperament, artisan. He's always like doing dangerous stuff. Right, yeah. So a lot of those photos, VitalyKuzmin.net. He's also posting nearly all the while on Twitter. So if you go to his website first, then you'll be able to get to his Twitter. Is there anything else? No, there's nothing else. I'm going to stop now. Bye-bye. What you could do is buy my plane. It's very cheap at the moment. Alright. Stop. Stop. Stop.